Now we'll study about the Human Genome Project. Now the sequences of the DNA gives the genetic information. Genetic makeup of an organism is present in DNA sequences. Different in DNA sequences, that is different in individual. Okay. Now what is Human Genome Project? Human Genome Project is a complete DNA sequencing of the human genome. Okay. It was launched in the year 1990 and was completed in 2003. Okay. This Human Genome Project was launched in the year 1990 and it was completed in 2003. It was a mega project because human genome consists of 3 into 10 raised to power 9 base pairs. Okay. And estimated cost of this was around $9 billion. Now if sequences were stored in typed form, it would be very difficult to write the sequences. Okay. And it would have been very difficult, and we needed some 3,300 books, and each book containing 1,000 pages, which would make, and each page containing 1,000 letters, which would make this human genome or the information which we got from the human genome very difficult. Okay. So what they did, okay, they devised certain softwares, like you already know that bioinformatics is there. Okay. It is nothing but a science in which everything can be coupled with the computer software, so that the information can be stored properly and it can be safe also. Okay. Now what were the goals of this Human Genome Project? The goals were to identify all the genes, okay, that is 20 to 25,000 in the human DNA, determine the sequence of 3 billion base pairs of the DNA, store this information in databases, improve tools for data analysis, transfer related technologies to other sectors such as industries, and address the ethical, legal and social issues, okay, that may arise from the project. Okay. So first is to identify all the genes, okay, in the human DNA. Second, determining the sequences of 3 billion base pairs of the DNA. Now there should be proper databases where we can store the information of the sequences. Okay. Now next one is to improve the tools for data analysis. Okay. Data analysis means where we can compare it with the genome of other things. Okay. Where we can compare it, or we can analyze, okay, with the information which we already have or with the new information. So this needs to improve the tools for data analysis. Now transfer related technologies to the other sectors such as industries, and address the ethical, legal and social issues that may arise from the project. It was a 13 years project coordinated by US Department of Energy and National Institute of Health. Knowledge about the effect of DNA variation is useful in following ways, like to diagnose and treat and prevent the disorders. Okay. It provides clues to understand human biology. Learning about non-human organism and knowledge can be applied in healthcare, agriculture, energy production and environmental remediation. Okay. So it is helpful in the diagnosis, treatment and prevention of the disorder, any genetic disorder. It provides clues to understand human biology. Learning about non-human organisms and knowledge can be applied in healthcare, agriculture, energy production, environmental remediation, etc. Okay. Now two methodologies or the two approaches were there for sequencing this DNA. First one was to identify all the genes that are expressed as RNA, also known as express sequence tag, and then sequencing the whole genome, both coding and non-coding sequences, or sequence annotation. Okay. Now we already know that when we talk about the hnRNA, okay, that is made up of both exon and intron. So the first method applied or employed the method in which whole of the genome was coded, both the non-coding and the coding sequences. Okay. Now what was the method of sequencing? Okay, first one was this, you only identify the genes which are expressed in the RNA, that is messenger RNA. So in messenger RNA, that is the mature RNA, we only have the exon part. And the second approach was that you sequence the whole genome containing coding and non-coding sequences both, that is sequence annotation. So what was the method of sequencing? The total DNA of the cell was isolated, that's very obvious, converted into various fragments, okay, cloned in hosts using vectors, that is vectors, yes, like BAC, YAC, bacteria artificial chromosome, yeast artificial chromosome, okay. Now these fragments are sequenced by the automated DNA sequencers which are present nowadays, okay. And these automated DNA sequencer are based on the methodology which was devised by Frederick Sanger. And the last is then the sequence are arranged based on overlapping regions, okay. So what is the method of sequencing? The total DNA of the cell is isolated, converted into fragments, cloned in hosts using vector. Fragments are sequenced by automated DNA sequencer, okay, which is based on the principle of Frederick Sanger, and then these sequences are arranged based on the overlapping regions, okay. So these were the two methodologies. In first one only the express RNA was sequenced, and in the second one both coding and non-coding sequences were developed. Now what are the salient features of the Human Genome Project? The salient features of the Human Genome Project are like, human genome contains 3164.7 million of nucleotide bases. Average size of the gene consists of 3000 bases, okay. Gene size varies. Largest human gene is the dystrophin, 2.4 million bases, okay. Total number of genes is 30,000. 99.9 bases are same in all people. Function of, that is greater than 50% genes are unknown. Less than 2% of the genome codes for proteins. Large portion of human genome contain repeated sequences. Now what do you understand by repetitive sequences? These are the stretches of RNA sequences that are repeated many times, okay, 100 to 1000 times. They have no direct coding function and they give the chromosome dynamics and help in evolution, okay. They keep on changing at a very less frequency, and these are important for the process of evolution. Now chromosome 1 has most genes and Y has fewest genes, okay, chromosome Y, which is present in males, and 1.4 million locations where the single base DNA differences in humans, that is SNPs, single nucleotide polymorphism, is seen, okay. This information is helpful to find location for disease associated sequences and tracing human hierarchy, okay. Now you have to memorize the goals and the salient feature of the human genome when you are learning this, okay. Everything should be learned, okay. So what are the application and future challenges? It leads to understand the biological system. That's why the human genome was done. Researchers can study all the genes in the genome. To study how all genes and proteins work together in interconnected network, identification of defective genes and opportunity to offer early treatment, and identification and genes that confer susceptibility to certain diseases, okay. So this was all about the Human Genome Project. What you have to do, you have to remember when the project was launched, when it was terminated or it was finished, okay. What were the goals of the Human Genome Project, okay, and the usefulness of this Human Genome Project. What are the two methodologies which are used for sequencing the genome, and salient features of the Human Genome Project, okay. So in this way you have to learn about the Human Genome Project. There are also sequencing of the plant like rice, okay, the sequencing is completed, and also the sequencing of Drosophila is also done, okay, and this has proved very important, okay. The human genome is very helpful in treating many genetic disorders. So what you have to remember, the goals and the salient features of the Human Genome Project, okay. This is the DNA fingerprinting, okay. Now in humans, out of this much, that is 99.9 bases, sequences are same. Only 0.1% of the base sequences differ from individual to individual. Okay. Now DNA fingerprinting is used to compare the DNA sequences of the two individuals. You have to remember that DNA fingerprinting is used to compare the DNA sequences of the two individuals. Okay. So there are repetitive DNA, that is small stretch of DNA which is repeated many times, that are called repetitive DNA. Now this method is done by density gradient centrifugation. Okay, other DNA from the major peak, repetitive DNA form small peaks, and DNA from small peaks are known as satellite DNA. Okay. When we talk about the repetitive DNA, and when we will take the bulk DNA and we will do the sequencing of that bulk DNA, we will get the entire genome project in the form of peaks, where the other DNA which is not repetitive will form the major peak, while the repetitive DNA will form small peaks, and these small peaks are also known as satellite DNA. Now there are various categories of this satellite DNA depending upon the base composition, that is AT and GC rich, length, number of repetitive units. Okay, and we call them as microsatellite and mini satellite. Okay. Now what do you understand by satellite DNA? Satellite DNA does not code for any protein, and these sequences form polymorphism, that is different form or varieties or variants. Okay, so you have to remember that mostly our DNA of the two humans is same, only 0.1% of the DNA is different. When we do the DNA fingerprinting, we compare the DNA sequences of the two individual. Okay, we also have repetitive DNA, that is small stretch of DNA is repeated many times. Okay, and it's called repetitive DNA. It is done by density gradient centrifugation, that is other DNA from major peak, repetitive DNA from small peaks, and the small peaks are called nothing but satellite DNA. Now satellite DNA has two forms, that is microsatellite and mini satellite, and it is based on the facts like the AT and GC rich region, length, and number of repetitive units. Okay, now satellite DNA does not code for any protein. Now polymorphism of the satellite DNA is the basis of DNA fingerprinting. Degree of polymorphism is same in every cell of an individual. Polymorphism is inherited from parents to the children. Now what is polymorphism? It is the variation in genetic level. It arises due to mutation, mostly mutation in germ cells. Variation occur in non-coding DNA sequences, and it does not affect the reproductive ability. It leads to evolution and speciation. Okay. Now what are the techniques developed? The technique developed for the DNA fingerprinting was developed by Alec Jeffrey. Satellite DNA which shows very high degree of polymorphism is called variable number of tandem repeats, that is VNTR. VNTRs are the class of satellite. Okay, that is the mini satellite. Number of copy or repeats vary from chromosome to chromosome and individual to individual. The size varies from 0.1 to 20 kb. Technique is also called Southern blotting, and it uses the radio labeled VNTR as a probe. Now what are the steps? The steps are, first we will isolate the DNA from the cell. Then we do the fragmentation by restriction endonucleases. Okay, that is cutting of the DNA fragments by specific kind of enzymes which are called restriction endonucleases. Separation of the DNA fragments by gel electrophoresis. Now transferring the DNA fragments to nitrocellulose or filter paper after splitting into single strand. Now hybridization using the labeled VNTR probe. Detection of hybridized DNA fragments by autoradiography, and finally we do what? We compare the autoradiograms. Okay. Bands vary from individual to individual except monozygotic twins, that is identical twins. So this methodology, that is, first what we'll do isolation of the DNA from the cell, fragmentation of the restriction endonucleases, separation of the DNA fragments by gel electrophoresis, transferring DNA fragments to nitrocellulose filter paper, hybridization using the label VNTR probe, which we already formed, detection of the hybridized DNA fragments by autoradiography, and finally autoradiogram gives the bond. And these give the bands, and these bands varies from individual to individual except monozygotic twins. Okay, this you can also see in your chapter at the last page, where you can see the comparison of the two individuals. Now, what is the application of this DNA fingerprinting? The application is, it is used in forensic sign in crime cases, in parental dispute, and to determine the population and genetic variation. Okay, so this was all about the DNA fingerprinting.